What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am up and running once again. Still a little bit on the mend. Still a little bit tired and everything. Trying to get back into the swing of things. But I had to come on here because I did see Spider-Man: No Way Home, and there are going to be some spoilers. I don't think there's any way around it. Talking about this fantastic, and I mean fantastic, Spider-Man film without putting some spoilers in this. So, be forewarned, if you haven't seen it, stop the video, check out the film, then come back and check out this review. Now, this film is just, I would say it's probably the best Spider-Man film that has been made, hands down. This one definitely, it lived up to the expectations of what I was hoping it was going to be. Like I said, we're going to have some spoilers here, so obviously, I wasn't sure. I stayed away from any kind of, any leaks or anything like that, whether or not Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be in this film. But we'll get to the two of them a little bit later on, as we go. Now, this film picks up, obviously, after the events of Far From Home. Mysterio, upon his death, has, obviously made it apparent that, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So now everybody's like, either you believe that Spider-Man is the hero, or you're falling into the trap of Mysterio and you're believing that Spider-Man is like basically public enemy number one. Obviously, J. Jonah Jameson, he's always trying to get make Spider-Man out to be the villain, and that's basically what the premise for this film is. There's a lot of things that have happened, and for Peter Parker, his friends, have paid, basically not only himself, but his friends have also kind of, come under fire for being friends with him, not being able to get into, into the college they want to get into. Things are just being held back because of who he is. Now, obviously, he goes to see Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange plays a big part in this film. Peter asks him, can you kind of like undo things, make people forget what Mysterio said. Mysterio said that outed me, basically, saying my, who I really am. And, but things get a little messed up because he starts to realize, hey, wait a minute, MJ's not going to realize, remember who I am. Ned's not going to remember who I am, as far as, the things that have happened, him being, Spider-Man. So, yeah, this is where things get a little bit messed up for Peter. He kind of messes up, the spell that Doctor Strange is casting, basically opening the multiverse. And before you know it, there are villains from our Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films and villains from our Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films coming into this universe. And it is awesome, awesome seeing all of them once again. William Dafoe as Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx as Electro. We have Lizard's back. We have, Sandman is back. It's a great cast of characters being brought in. And, Peter basically, without giving away a lot of things within the film, he wants to help them. That's basically, he knows, they're from a different, they're from the multiverse, they're from a different, version, of Spider-Man. And, he wants to help them. He figures he can cure them. But, of course, things don't exactly go the way that he's expecting things to go. And there is a death that does happen within the film. And again, because we're getting into spoilers, we're going to say, Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, her character does die. She basically becomes the Uncle Ben in this film. You do have Doc Ock, who definitely, he has a change of heart. And you see, later on down the line in the film, he definitely has a change of heart because Peter is able to help him. But other characters, not so much. Now, of course, Aunt May dies, and, Peter kind of like, he disappears. So, you have MJ and Ned now has, basically, he has sorcerer powers, able to basically do the things that, some of the things, not all, but some things that Doctor Strange, is able to do. And he's like, show me where Peter is. Show me where Peter Parker is. And, of course, upon, we see, this circular thing opens up, and you see Spider-Man, and they yell to him, but they think it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man. but it's not. And when Spider-Man comes into this portal, basically, he takes off his mask, and I basically lost it because it is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And of course, within a few minutes, Tobey Maguire shows up as well. So of course you have, later down the line in the film, they're able to, talk to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, to his Peter Parker, and say, you know what, like, because Aunt May, before passing away, she says, great responsibility, great power comes with great responsibility, and they're like, that's exactly what Uncle Ben said. So, like I said, we're getting into, we're talking big spoilers here with this film, but it's definitely, there's just a little surprise appearance towards the beginning of the film. They're not going to mention, but again, I was happy to see that, yes, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire definitely showed up in this film. And the three of them fighting against the villains at the end of this film, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm not going to say exactly how the film ends. That I will not say exactly how, how it comes down in those final minutes. But I'm happy, I've heard now that, possibly Andrew Garfield's going to come back for Amazing Spider-Man 3, that he's signed, possibly signed on. So that's fantastic news, because I really enjoy the Amazing Spider-Man films. I know some people don't, but I really do enjoy them. And this is definitely a film where his character definitely comes through and shines in this one. You definitely see why he was, why he was a really good Peter Parker, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm not going to say exactly how it ends, but there's room to expand big time in this universe, and and to bring those characters back in. There's an end credit scene, which if you've seen the end credit scene, we'll go ahead and we'll spoil that. We do see Tom Hardy's Venom, in the end credit scene. We don't see Venom himself, but we see Tom Hardy. And, all of a sudden, he disappears, basically, at the end of this end credit. So what multiverse is he going into? I don't know. But there's another end credit at the very, very end. But it's just basically, it's a trailer for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So there's a lot. This film is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's before we get to the very end credits. And it's a fantastic film with a lot of things going on, but they work. And it's definitely is, to me, like I said at the beginning of the video, the best Spider-Man film I've seen, bar none, because it has action, has drama, has comedy in it too, a little bit. And it's done perfectly. It's what I would want from a Spider-Man film, especially seeing, Tobey and Andrew back in there. Fantastic seeing them. And of course, already the Steelbook is up for pre-order at Best Buy, and the Steelbook looks beautiful. So I definitely have already went and pre-ordered, have that locked in. But there's just a lot of things that happen in this film. And, I've given some spoilers, but there are other things that happen as well, within the film that are going to be some surprises when you go check this out, or if you've already seen it. So, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, a fantastic, perfect Spider-Man film. Absolutely loved it. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance. I'll catch you in another episode, and it's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great holiday, and I'll catch you in another video. And now I am back. So, very, very soon, we're going to have another video coming up. So, take care.